my kitchen. How you doing? Today we're doing our third sauce in a series of 10. Make sure you check out our other sauces, and we're going to make something real special, unbelievably delicious. If you got any vampires in the neighborhood, this is going to keep them away, I promise you. So today we're going to make a tomato pasta sauce with roasted garlic. It's got a lot of herbs. It's got a lot of kick. I'm going to show you how to make this thing molto delizio. All right, so what do you say? Let's go over ingredients. Let's start having some fun. First thing you're going to need are tomatoes. I've expressed this on the other videos. I want to go over it on each one. I went over how to take fresh tomatoes. So if you're going to use fresh tomatoes, you'd use about 2 to 2.5 pounds. But in this case, I just can't get the tomato flavor that I really want unless I go to Italy. So we're going to use Cento tomatoes. They're canned, they're peeled. San Marzano, they're sweeter, they're gentler. The amount of tomato flavor is just something I can't match unless you're making something like organic at home. So you're going to need 2 28-ounce cans of a San Marzano peeled whole tomato. I like that best. Least amount of processing as possible. Now we got our tomato under control. Now we want to kick it up even a little bit more with a tomato paste. So what we're going to do here is we've got tomato paste. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of a good high quality tomato paste. Again, that's going to elevate that intensity of the tomato, gives you a little bit thicker on the tongue. Now let's get into having some fun, right? Oh wait, first thing before I go any further, did you guys subscribe to our channel? So that always makes this come out great. Certainly I appreciate it. You become part of the family. So hit that link down on the left, give me a thumbs up, notification bell, anything we got going on in the farm, any new recipes. We got all kinds of stuff going on with the olive oil. All that'll come right to your notification box. And like I said, it always means the world to me when you subscribe to the channel. Now we want to get into some of those other flavors. Obviously, the name on the marquee here, Marlon Brando of our sauce here is going to be garlic. So now settle down, don't get crazy, but we're going to use 2 full bulbs of garlic. And now we're going to roast that. So a roasted garlic is buttery, it's nutty, it's got that flavor of garlic, but it's caramelized, and it's going to be awesome. Now we're going to put in those other herbs, right? We're going to put some fresh oregano in. Oh, that's great. So fresh oregano, we're going to try to use fresh herbs. If you can't, dried herbs will work. We're going to use about 2 tablespoons of a fresh oregano. If you're using dry herbs, you cut it in half. So 1 tablespoon would be a dry herb. Obviously, 2 tablespoons would be the fresh herb. We're going to use rosemary. Oh, I love rosemary. Rosemary has a medicinal property. I don't know if you guys know that. It's known to improve your memory. I think it's rosemary. I'm not sure. No, it can't be. I can't remember, so it can't be rosemary, so I can't remember. But in any case, hey, listen, I'm here all week. No worries. So we're going to use, again, about 2 tablespoons of rosemary. We're going to cut that up. We're going to use some parsley, Italian parsley. Parsley is often a forgotten herb. It's so delicious. It's peppery. It's got a citrus to it, and it's herby. It's grassy. So it's one of those delicious herbs that a lot of people forget. And then one of my favorite all times next to rosemary is going to be basil. Oh, it's such an aromatic perfuma, as they say, right? It's stronger on the tongue than it is on the palate, but so delicious. Adds a beautiful flavor to tomato. In fact, a lot of tomatoes, like the Cento, San Marzano, you'll see, grandma, if you remember your Nonna or grandpa making sauce, they would always put 1 to 3 leaves of a fresh basil in the sauce. Okay, a couple more things. You're going to want a whole onion. We're going to cook that down. And that's going to be that sofrito. It's going to give you that beautiful, delicious flavor of your sauce. When you cook that down, it doesn't have the hit. You're almost going to caramelize it, almost to that point. You're going to need fresh ground pepper. Nothing better than fresh ground. You'll need some salt. A teaspoon of salt. I like the French sea salt or the Sicilian flat sea salt. Today we've got the French sea salt. It is delicious, briny, earthy. One thing about the French, they're sexy. I mean, let's be honest. Italians are too. So I just think that makes their sauce a little sexy. I mean, hey, how you doing? Then that's Italian. I mean, that's manly, but excuse me, my little flower, like that's, you know what I mean? That's sexy. Maybe not. Maybe I'm off. I could be off. I don't know. All right, so now we're going to do some olive oil. You're going to want 4 tablespoons in the pan. You're going to sprinkle some of the pasta with it. Today, what are we going to pair this with, right? Bucatini pasta. I love bucatini. Now, bucatini, Buca means hole, so there's a little hole, right, in your pasta. Isn't that cool? Now to get this ready to rock and roll, get that oven preheated about 400 degrees because we want to roast the garlic and get that ready to go. Other than that, that's it, baby. What do you say? Ingredients are done. Let's get cooking. Guys, real simple on prepping these. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the top off, and you want to make sure you can see each clove of garlic. So take your bulb, give it a cut right across the top. That's exactly what I want. Keep the skin on. Anything really loose or ready to fall off, you can pull off, okay? I want one. Tell you, the aroma right there is unbelievable. And then I'm gonna hit this other one. Now, simple, guys, just grab yourself a small square of aluminum foil. You're gonna take your clove, you're gonna put it in the middle, take a teaspoon of olive oil, just drizzle it right on the top, seal up your bulb. In the oven, 400 degrees, 40 minutes. Now let's get our onion and herbs ready to go. Onion, real simple. Cut your onion in half. Cut the top off, not the root. And we're going 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit bigger. And then give it a cross cut. We're gonna put 4 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Now remember, we're gonna basically caramelize the onions. Onions go in, medium heat. Give this a stir and get the oil all over your onions. Cover this up. Now let's prep our basil. So pull the leaves off. Get the stems off. Stems will get a little bitter on you. Line up your leaves is the easy way to do it. And grab your sharp knife. We're going to go 2 different ways. So you'll go this way, turn everything this way. Beautiful. And then same thing, just cut through it. So putting this in early, when you do this, it extracts all that beautiful basil flavor for your sauce. So it really enhances the flavor of all your herbs. Now it's rinse and repeat. You're going to grab your parsley. I'm going to hold back like a 1/4 teaspoon just to garnish the top of our dish. Now it's rosemary, right? What do we do here? So what to do is take your stem, just go backwards on it like that. Last, guys, we've got our oregano. We're gonna pull that just like we did with the rosemary. First off, the aroma in here is great. We're gonna throw these in our onions. So onions are looking beautiful, right? So again, they got a long way to go. Rosemary, oregano, again, they're all about 2 tablespoons. Parsley, basil, and now give this a stir. A cover's gonna help a lot, so put your cover on. Let the magic happen. Talk to you in about 15 minutes. Let's check the onion, see where we're at. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So we're right where we want to be right here. It's just starting to brown. So I'm going to turn it on. So I'm going to turn on really, really low. Needs another couple of minutes. Let's go check out our garlic. So let's open these up. That is just gorgeous. Now, how easy is that? Isn't that easy? Isn't that beautiful? Guys, so real simple. Now we want to take our roasted garlic in there, right? See how the garlic pops right out, guys? So just give it a squeeze. There you go. Beautiful. So you know it's done when it's coming out. Just like nice and soft and gooey. That's exactly what I want. Garlic bulb number 2. So give that a stir. Here's a real important tip. I have to add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, but I want to add it while this is hot. And the reason being is I want to cook down the tomato paste. If not, it's got like a raw tomato flavor, and it's not as good, right? I want to have that beautiful deep, I want to have that beautiful deep flavor of tomato. Take your 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and now what we're going to do is we're going to cook that down for about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to take a teaspoon of my French salt, beautiful, teaspoon of my fresh ground pepper. Give this a good stir. That is an unbelievable mix of flavor right there. Oh, now it's San Marzano time, guys. 2 cans, 1. Now to honor my ancestors, Nona Caroline here, Borio, I got to clean that or she's going to come back and yell at me. Joey, there's the starving people in the world. Okay, we're good. Now my tip to break up the tomato, we're going to use a immersion blender in this anyways, but you know, only seen on Cooking and Telling with Joe is I'm going to take a whisk and I do that. I just break up the tomatoes. It works. Nothing's better than that. Grab your cover, put it on the top. Now we're going to let 30 minutes go by. About every 10 minutes, I'm going to give it a stir. 30 minutes, she's done. Guys, been 30 minutes. Oh, can you smell that? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take the immersion blender and we're going to make some real nice smooth sauce out of that. I've got my water boiling ready to go for my pasta. So I'm going to take a teaspoon of salt, my French sea salt. We've got 1 pound of bucatini pasta, guys. So we're going to take this right in here. We're going to put it in our boiling water. You're thinking, hey, I'd like to get one of those. That's Makenzie Childs. We're actually an affiliate for all their cookware and dinnerware. So just check it out on our link tree down below. And anything you buy there, we get a small commission. Help support our channel. Bucatini's in. We're going to go about 6, maybe 9 minutes. That'll be perfect for our al dente. Now, guys, I'm going to take an immersion blender and I'm going to do medium level. Oh, look at that. Is that beautiful or what, you guys? The aroma, can you guys get it? Are you getting it right there? Is that awesome or what? All right, so we're gonna plate some pasta here in a minute. Pasta's done. You can tell when you turn it, you see how it bends, but it still has some form to it. That's absolutely perfect. We're done. Grab your serving dish. What I do is I put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. Here's our Makenzie Child again. Beautiful. Go ahead, take your pasta and just put it in there and just give it a quick stir. Pasta's so fresh, it's jumping out of the pan. Don't worry if you get a little water in there, that's totally fine. Pasta, sauce, Parmigiano cheese. Hey, how you doing, right? Serving plate, parsley to serve. A little bit more, a little bit more. Some Parmesan cheese, just a pinch of parsley. Favorite time, taste time. Is my mouth watering? Is your mouth watering? Look at that, man. Smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision. Here we go. I wish I could do it for you. I get tomato, I get cheese, I get garlic. Maybe a little basil. Boy, that's good. My mouth is watering. Tomato hits you right away. A little bit of the garlic. Olive oil. Like I said, the rosemary, the oregano, the basil, even the parsley. It's just beautiful. It's just a little bit. It's a hint. It's not strong. Onions give you a little bit of a base. The flavor of the garlic, again, so soft, nutty almost, buttery. This is one of my favorite sauces. Here's the problem. I say that every time I make a sauce. What an absolutely delicious recipe, huh? Tomato pasta sauce with roasted garlic and a whole bunch of other goodies in there. I mean, it's just fantastic. Again, I know I was joking, but it's one of my favorite sauces, but every time I make a sauce, my mouth is watered here. I'm always like, man, that's one of my favorite. I think I have 100 of my favorite sauces. Are you guys with me on that? Now, remember, a couple of really important things we need to do. First off, you got to subscribe to the channel. So hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. That way we got anything going on the farm, any new recipes. We got a lot going on with Cooking and Telling with Joe. It'll come right to your notification box. And last but not least, guys, I'll tell you, once a week, once a month, get around the table with your family and friends. Shut the TV off. Shut the phone off. I know that's a tough one for a lot of people, right? Get away from the computer. Talk to your grandmother. Talk to your mom and dad. Talk to your brothers and sisters. You know what you're going to do? You're going to celebrate your heritage, whatever that may be. But even better than that, guys, you're going to set traditions of love with your family. They're going to last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey, guys, from my kitchen years, until next week, won't have to do so.